All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the session. So this is more of an AMA session before we start with our 3-day boot camp, which starts from tomorrow. But we wanted to have a quick discussion with you, set up the context for the coming 3 days, and also ask if you have any questions for us before we begin. We will, of course, be answering a lot of your questions, a lot of your, queries with respect to IDs and the ID and the role and what is the opportunity about. But today we wanted to just give you more of a brief about what it is that we will be talking about in the coming days, and also see if you have any questions that we could cater to, right? So let's set the context for the coming 3 days. I hope all of you are excited to join us for the coming 3 days. Now, the thing is that right now in 2026, India is sitting on one of the biggest career opportunities for experienced professionals that we've seen in a while. And most people, the thing is that a lot of people don't have any idea about it. So I'm talking about a whole new category of high value roles that sit outside your daily job, something that you can do over and above your day job, right? Which is independent director appointments with respect to listed or unlisted companies in some cases, advisory positions with startups, board roles with NGOs and foundations, leadership positions in industry associations. And all of these things compound on each other. Once you're an advisor to, let's say some startups, or you're working with an industry association, your odds of landing your first independent director seat go through the roof. And now let's talk about certain numbers, right? So India has 7,500 plus listed companies as we speak, and along with large unlisted public companies as well. There are roughly 40 to 50,000 companies that are legally required to appoint independent directors right at this moment, right? So the thing is that India saw more than 300 IPOs just in 2025 alone, and over 1,000 more are expected in the next 2 years. Every single one of them will need an ID, right? So you realize what the opportunity is really about. There is a massive requirement of independent directors, and there are lesser number of people to fill those positions, right? On top of that, in 2026, a huge wave of existing IDs who were appointed back in, let's say, 2016 will be retiring, right? So there will be even more positions that will be freeing up, which you guys could fill up, right? That is what we will be talking about in our 3-day boot camp through and through, right? The numbers are wild. India's top independent directors today, do you know, they earn somewhere close to 3 to 6 crore a year. That's something that is, these are staggering figures, right? And even at the entry level, that is something that I'm talking about with respect to very high people who have reached very, very great positions, right? Who are very, very experienced, who've been doing this for some time. But even at entry level, sitting on 4 to 5 SME boards can comfortably add 20 plus lakhs a year to your income for what is essentially more of a part-time work, right? ID is more of a part-time position. It's not something that you have to engage in full-time, right? So that's basically what it is about. Now, before you think that these are just numbers or this is just theory, I want to quickly give you examples of people who've been able to do it, right? And in the bootcamp, we will be talking about how exactly it is that these people have been able to achieve this. So we have Steve Priera, who spent 20 years in hospitality sector, and today he sits on boards of Z-Tech India and an Ayurvedic D2C brand called Sat Kartar Shopping. Then we have Sanjay Roy, who spent 36 years in the Indian Navy. A defense veteran, he had no experience with respect to corporate. And he's now on the board of Saatchi Rome, India's number 2 fragrance and flavor B2B company. Then we have Suman Chaudhary, who's an agricultural consultant, a sector most people wouldn't even associate with corporate board. And she's now again an independent director at Zapfresh, which is a well-known meat delivery brand. Many of you have probably ordered from, in fact, today, right? And we have so many different people who've been able to do it. I will be talking about more of such people in the boot camp, right? So that's that. And let me quickly also talk about, I will be taking all of your questions. So whatever questions you guys have, please keep on putting it in the chat box. Meanwhile, let me quickly tell you what it is that we've planned out for you across these 3 days. Okay, so tomorrow the boot camp starts at 2 p.m., right? So we have the boot camp from 2 to 5 p.m. tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll cover the opportunity itself, what it is that the opportunity is, who's eligible, how much you can really earn, what the risks really are, and why they are way overblown, how the IIC exam really works, and the actual mechanics of how companies and boards make these appointments. Then day after tomorrow, day two, again from 2 to 5 p.m. on Sunday, we will be talking about certain advanced strategies, the 6 month roadmap on how you can actually go on to become an independent director, how to build a personal brand for yourself that gets you noticed, how to deliver TEDx talks and other, guest lectures, go to other prestigious institutions and deliver sessions, how to land startup advisory roles, and how to introduce SMEs to merchant bankers, which is a very, very important thing that we will be talking about on day two, right? And then day three, we will be talking about the boardroom itself. We'll get into the boardroom, how to network directly with CFOs and company secretaries of listed companies, how to spot IPO worthy companies hiding in your own network, how to get a book published, how to handle your very first board meeting with confidence. These are all the things that we will be talking about through and through in the coming days. I hope all of you are excited, right? So on day one and day two, we have the timings are from 2 to 5 p.m. And on day three, which is a Monday, we'll have the boot camp start at 7 p.m., 7 to 10 p.m. All right. So this is just a brief that I wanted to give with respect to the upcoming boot camp. I hope all of you are excited. Now I will take up certain questions, and I have Ruxana with me who's here as well. So we'll answer some of your questions which you're putting up in the chat box. Keep on letting us know what your questions are, right? So okay, one request I'll have is that whenever you're sending a question, make sure that you're sending it with your name. Okay, so if there are certain numbers or it's your email ID or something as your name, please, it would be great if you could rename yourself so I'll be able to address you properly. Okay, so we have Pampi Sanyal who is asking where are the independent directors needed. So Pampi, independent directors are needed on listed companies for sure, and as well as unlisted companies today. I just talked about how there are so many IPOs happening in India, so many different businesses which are coming in India. So the role, so the need of independent directors is ever expanding, and it is something which is happening more than ever right now, right? Want to know about the role and employer of independent director. So basically, independent director is a non-executive position. You are not working full time with any business. You are more, it's more of an advisory role. There are certain meetings that you have to be attending that a company has, and you have to be acting as an advisor to the company with respect to certain aspects, right? And again, this is not an employer employee contract that you have with the company. You can work as an independent director at various businesses at a time. Okay, so that's that. um, okay, so we have
Abhishek, I want
Dr.
to say
Prashant. Yes,
yes.
please, Ruxana.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay, so Dr. Prashant is asking, is it legally allowed to take up ID role while working full-time job? Yes, Prashant, it's something which is absolutely allowed. There is no bar from taking up ID positions while you're working full-time. In fact, there are a lot of employers who encourage this because it puts, it will basically be putting you on a map, and you might represent where you're coming from as well. So having ID positions is never looked down upon, and that is something that you do over and above what you're doing for your, at your day job, right? So you're not really moonlighting when it comes to taking up ID positions. All right.
Okay,
Okay.
I want to take up a question from Iqbal Kataria. So you have said that you have asked that I have 37 years of experience in project planning and corporate governance, and I'm from social sector background. Iqbal, I want to tell you one thing, that 37 years of experience is what an independent director will need. Your years of experience will actually benefit a board, so that will be a great thing. And either you're from social sector or from any other sector, we will be discussing all this in elaborately in length tomorrow on the day one of the boot camp. You will be knowing that what your experience will actually benefit and how you will be able to tackle your experiences in that role. Yes. There is another.
Okay, so Datta,
Yeah,
it's
that.
Datta Vatkar. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. You're asking, you're saying you're a senior scientist in government entering after 2 years. You've cleared independent director proficiency test. How to find the ID opportunity? So that's a very great question. There might be others also who've already cleared the exam. Are there is there anybody else who's done this? Please let us know in the chat box. So the thing is that just clearing the independent directors exam is not enough. Once you clear the exam, it doesn't mean that the companies will come to your door and offer you positions. You have to let people know that you possess certain skills, certain understanding about certain things that can help companies grow, that can help companies establish themselves, or that can basically that can utilize your expertise with respect to their operations, their business, right? That is basically what is we call personal branding. So we will be talking about certain very very important personal branding tips. We will also be talking about how important personal branding is for you if you want to attain independent director positions. And there are multiple techniques to basically attain that personal brand for yourself that will make you stand out, that will help companies uh, recognize you, that will help companies identify you and then offer you positions. We will also be talking about certain techniques of networking with companies, with people, that will again put you on the map so that you can attain certain positions, right? So that's basically the answer to you.
Okay, Vikas Datta, you were asking that what should be the plan to build credential after passing the exam? Because that is what I think Abhishek has made the answer. He said about personal branding, and elaborately we'll be talking about it in our boot camp. Please join it, and you will be getting a clear idea what should you do after clearing the exam.
Okay, so Prabal is asking, do we have a database of companies that are going for an IPO? Yes, we do, and we will be looking at that database in the coming 3 days, Prabal. All right. Then I'm from aerospace, automotive, GCC experience for 32 32 years. I'm sure Damu. I'm not sure if that's what your actual name is, but that is something that a lot of companies can utilize. Your experience can be utilized by a lot of companies, guys. The thing is that when we talk about becoming an independent director, there might be certain skills that you might have to possess anew, afresh, but there is a lot that you can do with the experience that you've already built. So it's just securing an independent position is just the next step in your ever expanding career, or something that you've already worked on. So this is something that there are so many businesses who are looking for specialized independent directors who have specific understanding of certain aspects that could help them. So that is something that can very well be utilized. It's just that you have to place yourself like that, you have to promote yourself like that, and that is again tied to building a personal brand, right?
Okay,
Kindly
Murli.
share what would be the plan. Oh, I'm just sorry, Roxana. I'll just take this one and then you can take up the
Yeah, yeah,
next.
sure, sure.
Kindly share what should be the plan to build credentials after passing exam. Yes, we will be talking about this through and through because there are a lot of different things that you can do. You can work on your LinkedIn, you can appear at various podcasts, you can go ahead and build digital portfolios for yourself, you can actually rework your CV to make it stand out. There are so many different things, and there are ways in which you can very effectively network with businesses. There are so many different things that you can do to get those credentials to build a personal brand that we will be talking about in the coming upcoming boot camp. So I hope that I'll see you there, because yes, Roxana.
Okay, we have a question from Purnima Raghunath. She's saying that I am also an IICA certified independent director. What the opportunities to network with company directors so that we can open opportunities? Yes, Purnima, we will be talking about what are the opportunities, especially for people who have passed the exam and are clueless now what to do and are unable to, network and find their presence. We will be talking about personal branding and how to do it, and we will be also elaborately talking about how to network and what your approach should be. So yes, kindly join the bootcamp. There's another Soumya Panda. She's asking, will these videos be available later? No, Soumya, the videos will not be available. They will be going live, so there will not be any recording that will be available to you later on. So you have to attend it live. It will be conducted tomorrow on 5 to 12, 5 2 to 5, sorry, and on Sunday as well, 5 2 to 12, 2 to 5, and on Monday it will be 7 to 10, right?
Yeah. Yes. So like Sana said, this is a live only bootcamp, guys. So please try and make time and attend it. We promise that this is something which is going to be very, very useful. Okay. Vijay is asking how we can promote our profiles to such companies. Like I said, Vijay, you have to firstly work on your visibility. Firstly, you have to make a name. You have to create a digital presence of yourself, that if somebody tomorrow searches your name on Google or on LinkedIn, they come across a profile that speaks for itself. Your experience, your expertise speaks for itself. Then after that, once you reach out to anybody, they will surely be impressed by what you can bring to the table, right? That is what basically personal branding is about, and there are various ways to do it. It's something which is an exhaustive process, and we will be talking about this a lot in the coming days, right? So that's that. Let me quickly see if we have more questions. I
It
am
is
from
from
FMCC. Yes, Ruxana, please go ahead.
Ganesh Ogal has been asking he has an experience of managing committee cooperative housing society. Can that be considered? Yes, Ganesh, we will be talking about what are the sectors and what kind of advantages you have for your experience. You might be from managing sector. You have a great opportunity. You have a great advantage. We'll be elaborately talking about it. And I have also questions people are asking about, like, similar questions that I'm from this sector and that sector, and there are particular added advantage also for particular sectors. So we'll be discussing elaborately on it. So please stay tuned for the bootcamp and try to be there live. There will be no recording, so please be there, and we will be elaborately talking about it. Yes, over
Yeah,
to you,
so
Abhishek.
so basically, whoever is specifying that, this is the experience that they have. For instance, Shresh Chander, you're talking about FMCG. Others are talking about their own experience. Remember that you can leverage your own experience with respect to ID positions that will be able to benefit from what you can bring to the table, from what you can do, right, from your own experience. So there are, like we can see today, there are businesses evolving, coming up with respect to different things, right? There are so many businesses in tech, in finance, in you name it, and there are different things happening. I just showed you an example of a person who belonged to the agricultural sector, and then she ended up getting appointed to a company which is now selling meat and fresh produce, at the homes. They are delivering that. They are an online delivery company who's doing that. So her expertise could be used by these people, this business. So that's why they had her as an independent director. And this is the same thing that could happen with you as well. So don't think that whatever experience you possess might not be enough to secure independent positions. It is something that will work in your favor, not against it, right? So rest assured about that. Okay. Okay, let's see if we have any more questions.
We have Damodaran. He has been asking, will there be a need of IDs for an European American subsidiary in India? Yes, Damodaran, we will be talking about the remote work also. What kind of opportunities you can seek, and how you will be able to find opportunities of ID, where exactly the opportunities of ID are available. Is it networking, is it in LinkedIn, Naukri, or whatever? It will be talked elaborately. And rest assured that whatever your experience are, in a way that it will help the board, that is what needs to be taken into consideration. Your experience will not be going in vain, and your experience will be taken into consideration, and accordingly it will be seen that how the company will be benefited by your experience. That is what your experience will talk about. So yes, people asking about belonging from different sectors. Your another Kamlesh Singh, I'm a retired chief engineer from power sector. Yes, Kamlesh, you have a great opportunity. You are retired, and there is special added advantage for you guys also. The people who are retired, who are, right now are seeking other jobs or something like that. Already, Abhishek have talked about that. You can also have a full-time job and be an ID of some board. So, we'll be discussing about these things elaborately tomorrow. Okay.
All right. So that's that. Who conducts the examination? It's IICA who conducts the examination. It's a very easy. It's not something which is rocket science. It's a complete MCQ exam, and that is something that you can, after practicing it for a while, there are certain questions, certain kinds of questions that it asks with respect to certain subjects like company laws. And once you're through with it, it's not something which is very difficult to pass. And there are slots which open up. It's not that it's conducted only yearly. You have to apply for the exam, and there are slots which keep on frequently opening. So you can basically apply for, basically write the exam and also pass it within a very short amount of time. But like I said, that is not enough. There are certain other things that one has to do in order to be able to get to the position, which again we will be talking about in the
Sahayarix,
upcoming days.
Abhishek, shall I?
Yeah, please go ahead.
We have a question from Sahayarix, if I'm pronouncing it right. I have 35 years of experience, passed the mandatory exam. Finance accounts, Gen administration is my strength. Was working as a director lastly, just now resigned. Any scope for me for ID? Yes, Sahaya, what I already talked about, there was another retired person who was asking the same question. If you're retired or resigned, or in a position like that, looking for work or something, you are great to go. You have an added advantage. We will be talking about it elaborately, and your experience that you have for 35 years, especially on finance account, it will be a very beneficiary thing for any other company, right? And to have a person like you having 35 years of experience on board will be a great opportunity for the company itself. So of course there is a great opportunity for you. We'll be discussing about it also. uh, Purnima, did you take Purnima's Raghunath? Abhishek, I'm also a IICA certified director. What are the opportunities to network with the company
So
director so that you can open
So,
opportunities?
so, so that's again a repeat question. We've already addressed this. Like we said, again, just passing the exam is not enough, guys. There is a lot of outreach that you have to do. You have to build a personal brand for yourself. Without that, there is no possibility that a company will just outrightly approach you. You have to create that visibility for yourself, right? So that is what we will be talking about. Okay, so I don't see any new questions anymore. um, I hope this was insightful, guys, and I hope you guys are excited to join. This was just like a brief, very, very brief of what we'll be talking about. All your questions that you've asked, we will be going into much, much detail about all of it in the coming 3 days. So I hope that we will be seeing you tomorrow and on the coming 2 days session. Um, that's it for from my end. Um, what sources should I refer for exams? We will be looking at certain sample questions itself. You will see how easy it is. CA Richa Shah. So you'll see how easy it is and how doable it is, and what are the specific subjects that are tested, what are the kind of questions that are tested. We'll in fact practice certain questions live in front of you guys, and you'll see how easy it is to answer those questions, right? With very basic, standing knowledge with respect to certain subjects. Okay. So this is it, guys. Thank you. It was great talking to all of you. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. sharp. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye. हेलो जल्दी आ जल्दी हम ब्लाउज पिन्हे बोले जल्दी आ
Yes, you go very well.